You may have noticed already a few times that you have become so still after having done some movements or some posture or worked with the breath. You're so still that you wonder where your breath is. It's almost as if your breath is gone. Oh, where's my breath? Where's my breath? And that's because the external breath, the physical breath, has moved inward. That's a very good sign. That's a sign that there's integration taking place. And there are levels in that integration. So you're shifting the physical breath, shifts into the internal breath. And it might be different for everyone, but most often I hear people feel something percolating, maybe in the lower part of their body, something moving. It's very still, but something is still moving. So you shift from the outer to the inner. So as you go in more towards the center of your experience, you go through the layers that you know are going on inside your practice. If you go in deeper and deeper, the breath becomes stiller and stiller. When the breath is really internal, we call it the subtle breath. I'm pretty convinced that in addition to awareness, which I think is the main healer, it is the subtle breath that is really like, balsam to your being. It really makes you soft and integrated. The subtle breath means you are integrated. The wholeness of your being is happening. Now you still may have physical illnesses, but everything has a flavor of internal integration. It's an acceptance, but not like a giving up acceptance, but like this is the starting point. This is how it is. The subtle breath makes you gentle, open, firm, not weak at all. So the subtle breath is very important. I also would like to encourage you in this lesson, every lesson, to sit through your restlessness. So when you sit down, you want to move a little bit. One more time, move. That's physical restlessness. But there's also a mental restlessness. There's a thought coming in, and maybe you think, well, let me think this one more time, and then I practice. I'm going to think maybe a minute, and then I'm going to check out where are my sensations. One more time, a thought. And then you forget what you were doing, so you're lost in thought for a couple of minutes maybe. So that's restlessness too. The easiest way I have found to sit through restlessness is to focus on the stillness of the physical body. And if you say, well, that's precisely the problem, I can't sit still. Well, even if you for a moment sit very still, you're not focusing on the stillness of the body, you're focusing on the stillness of the body. So the stillness becomes a flavor, becomes a delicate experience. And what happens is, and this is a very nice discovery, that the restlessness begins to soften and actually turns into a liquid, a very sweet, I don't know sweet, I shouldn't predict what you feel, but some kind of liquid that actually nurtures you. So the subtle breath and sitting through the restlessness become like an internal liquid. That, if you let that go to certain parts of the body or to organs, you're really healing on a very deep level. So if you're restless, I would say, great, sit through it, because it becomes a very special liquid. So the subtle breath and sitting through restlessness are a beautiful combination, not only to go deeper, but really to bring out the self-healing qualities of Kumne. Body and mind come together, and that means the heart will open up. The heart opens up when the body and mind come together. Now your real, deeper qualities of you, your authentic abilities will come to the foreground. And that's your Kum. Your Kum expresses the depth of your authenticity to come out. Have a good time. It's very promising.